£50 million on 2 defenders. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Maribor Save. I am Coach Left Foot. It's a pleasure to have you with me. And here we are on the transfer page. Yep, 50 million for 2 new defenders. I've said what I've wanted was an out and out world class centre back. And I think in Ulises Garza, we've got that. But we'll first look at Rafael Lazaro, who I can honestly say is the first ever Singaporean I've signed ever in the history of Football Manager. But here he is, 6'4", very tall, very good, good bit of pace as well. Good, solid, looks like he's going to be very good for us in the future. Very happy with him. I've overpaid ever so slightly, 21 million, but we've got the cash. I wanted some good centre backs. This gives us really good options. Let me know what you think about him. Then we go on to the main man, Ulises Garza. Not as tall, but look at those stats, and he's only 22. I think he's going to be absolutely phenomenal for us. And we got him on a contract that doesn't have a minimum fee release clause. I just think he's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I mean brilliant. He can't play in the Champions League because he was bought too late. However, Lazaro was registered in time to represent us in the Champions League. On the outs, we've sold Professor Xavier for 2.3 million. His contract was expiring, so we just let him go before releasing him on a free. And Impio has gone for 4.1 million. Again, his contract was expiring and he's not really playing for us. He only made 3 appearances this season. So I was happy to let him go for a fee like that. Daniel Djordjevic has gone to Celje. I think they've got to pay a fee after a certain amount of games. Yeah, 10 games, 7.58 million they'll pay. He is good, but with the players we've just brought in, he was never going to be near the first team. But again, he's staying within Slovenia, which I think is really, really good for when Celje get into Europe, which they probably will. Other than that, though, there isn't much else to discuss. The finances are taking a bit of a hit, but we're still going to fast financial fair play. We've dropped down to an okay financial status. The board are still doing all right. He's not in love with us anymore, but he's intending to be around for a long time. The new stadium will be built at the end of this season, which is really good to see. And everything's going all right. Christian Hodges is our key player. Dudui has dropped off ever so slightly. His stats are still amazing, but his performances have dropped off a little bit. And I think this might be his final year. I'm probably not going to renew his contract. I might see if we can cash in on him and let him go. It's a big wage for someone that isn't really going to play. But we'll see how it goes. But today we're going to be facing Ajax in the Champions League first round knockout. We'll have both games to come. And this is how we line up to face them. So in goal, it will be Vigilante. The back 4 will be Hamza, Kovac, Durakovic and Lekic. Sainz, Martinez and Vale make up the middle 3, with Hodzic sitting behind Hamza-Begovic and Cardos. On the bench, we have Pella, Zor, who's a new right back that's been called up, Lazaro, Magali, Valentin, Dideu and Roche. So we get the game underway. Lazaro is on the bench, so we might see the new guy come in. And Cardos has picked up an injury in the first minute. So Roche, who's slightly lacking a bit of fitness, is going to come in. That's a quite easy change. I probably would have started Roche and Cardos up front, but Roche was a little bit tired, so we started him on the bench. But he basically is going to get 90 minutes now anyway. But it's a good ball in. Hamza-Begovic is there and scores a goal. That boy, he's not the best rated stats-wise, but he is on fire this season. He is doing really, really well for us. So Lekic took a very quick throw. It was headed back to him, or I think actually headed out by Ndojli, and then Hamza-Begovic got on the end of the cross from Lekic. Lovely, lovely goal. Tapia is also injured, so he can't play, which is why Lekic is starting for us at left back. No, he's not, because we sold Tapia. The other guy, Vukovic, is injured, so he can't play at the moment. But Vize with a long ball forward. De Koning flicks it on Salem. Good interception, Durakovic. Kovac comes forward into Hamza. Hodzic picks it up. So Hamza-Begovic. We are flying forward on the attack. And we've lost out. We've got it back. Sainz to Vale. There's a ball on for Roche, but he couldn't find him. It was a pretty poor pass, to be honest. And De Koning comes forward. Lekic gives it away. And Dejoli looking to pounce on the mistake. Salem, Tatuin shoots. It goes wide. Kovac with a great block, to be honest, to put it off for a corner. Tutain puts the ball in Vigilante with a good catch. And in news of other Champions League games, Man United were away to Atletico Madrid and beat them 6-0 or 5-0. Something ridiculously big. So we are sort of looking for someone else to knock Man United out of the competition as Ajax go close on the stroke of half time. But we're not getting Hodzic into the game. The attacking midfielder isn't really working at the moment. We'll leave it for a little bit longer. Maybe bring Dewey on just to mix things up a bit. I'm going to say we're playing well. Keep it up. They're happy with that. Let's go back out there and try and get a few more goals. They've gone to a 3-4-3, which we should be able to exploit, sort of, but then it will leave us open at the back. So we're going to see how it starts, and possibly we'll come off attacking ourselves and go to a bit more standard, I think, as Hodzic into Sainz. This is where we start to find a little bit more space. Hamza, can he put a cross in? He does. It's a poor, well, De Graaf was very composed as Kovacic gets the ball down. Hodzic, Roche. Sainz is in on goal. He shoots. It's a good save. And De Koning looks to clear. And here come Ajax on the counter. And Jurakovic has given a foul away. We are just going to knock that down to standard. And I think we will stop looking for the overlap. As Tutane comes in, Vigilante sort of palms it away back into the danger zone. And it was good that one of the defenders is there to get it away as Hamzagovic picks up the ball in the middle of the park into Sainz. Hamza has got a bit of space. He finds him on the right hand side. Ball in. Hamzagovic brings it down. He's tackled. It's a poor clearance. Martinez picks up Hodzic to Vale into Hamzagovic. Sainz shoots. Vale. Go. Oh, what a save from the goalkeeper. And Ajax are living a bit of a dangerous life at the moment. They're not playing the best of games. We're going to drop these guys back to full-backs on support like we know we do when we're winning. We don't need to chuck too many men forward. We are going to take Hodzic off for Dewey right now because he's still not having a very good game on a 6.6. And I think we're going to leave it there. Probably not going to give the new guys debut today. We'll see. Lekic up to Roche. Roche looking for Hamzagovic. It's a terrible pass and De Graaf picks it up. Put under pressure from Hamzagovic. Clearance is poor. Lekic picks it up. Martinez. Hamzagovic has a good run, but he's gone wide to Roche instead. Ball in. Vale. Hamzagovic. Sainz shoots. That's 2-0. 2 away goals in a performance that has shown our domination and shown why we like to play Ajax. We had a press conference before that said we had beat him in our last 4 outings, and there was a good little release bit of pass. Sainz on his left foot. Someone commented before that he's a goal machine. He really is. He scores a lot of goals from centre midfield and has proved very good transfer business for us. And yeah, we're beating Ajax again. So I think we're gonna just mix it up a little bit more. I might bring on Zor. Oh, Hamza's doing all right actually. So Sasa Zore is a guy we bought in, a youngster that we bought in from our feeder club for 140k, and because we've sold Professor Xavier, he's now going to be our guy that's the backup right back, so he'll be getting some game time this season. We're going to bring on Madagali for Vale, and we're going to bring on Valentin. Oh no, that'll be all 3 subs actually, because I forgot that Carlos got injured in the first minute. So that'll be us done. Can we get another goal as Meestad looks to come forward? Good ball through to Schoenhuijum. De Koning on the right hand side, cross in Vigilante with a very easy catch. That was probably just because I was looking at tactics and stuff that it's shown us that, unless we'll get a goal from this long ball forward, which we probably won't because we don't have the ball, but we get it back. Sainz is there into Hamzagovic. Hamzagovic into the area, cuts it across. Sainz is there, he gets another one. The goal machine makes it 3-0. Ivan Sainz, remember the name. As Hamzagovic gets into the box, beats around 2 men and then cuts it back wonderfully for Sainz in his late runs into the box. Pings it into the top corner. A wonderful goal. 3-0. It should really be tie over, I think, because that's 3 away goals. But I'm never going to be that cocky in Football Manager because I know that it likes to kick you in the arse when you're up. So that will probably be the game it is. There's the full-time whistle. 3-0 NK Maribor. Man of the match for Sainz, as you would probably expect, scoring 2 goals. A good performance from us. Let's crack on into the second leg. I've just started recording. You haven't missed very much. We're only 2 minutes in. Complete error on my part. But we are underway in the second leg. 3-0 up away from home. They're playing defensive. They're shutting up shop. They just don't want to make this embarrassing, which it sort of already is. But we've got a highlight here. It looks like Hodzic into Roche. Margali. Hamzagovic shoots and it's saved by Shapandonk, which is an amazing name. Shapandonk. What's his first name? Brian Shapandonk. That is awesome. Let's scout him. He's listed for loan, which is weird. Obviously not their first choice goalkeeper. But that little interlude, let's get back underway in the game. It's been pretty boring. Half an hour gone. 2 shots for us, 2 on target, 1 shot for them, 1 off target. So, yeah, it's not been very good. As I said, they're just playing. Look at that formation. 4-1-3-1-1. It's so defensive. It's narrow. It's intent on keeping it tight. And their goalkeeper, Shapompadonk, or whatever his name is injured. I'm just going to say we've got a solid lead. Let's just make sure we keep it. So, and then say that you weren't that bad. I've got faith in you. No one's playing well. No one's playing badly. Let's just see what happens. As Shapompadonk is injured. So I'll tell you what. Let's work the ball into the box off, and have few more shots at him from range to see if we can cause him some trouble. What's he injured with? Do we know? Arm injury as well. Ooh, right. We're going to take Roche off. Roche is going to be replaced by he's going to be replaced by Valentin, and then Sainz is going to go up front. And you know what happens when we put Sainz up front? He scores goals, generally. Salem shoots Vigilante with a great save. Jurakovic palms it out, but doesn't palm it out. That would be a penalty. Jurakovic puts it out, and Vigilante makes a good save at his back post again. They're coming at us a little bit, but really, again, not much to write home about in this game at the moment. Hodzic can be replaced by Dudui, and we'll leave it a little bit longer till we make our third and final sub. But this game is flying by with minimal fuss. Hamza to Valentin, tackled by Korsten, all the way up the line to Maestad, who's very isolated. Hamza got back well. Dudui, round the corner to Valentin. It's a poor ball, really. And here come Ajax. Will they get a consolation goal? Adobe, Korsten. It's a ball to nobody. Jurakovic picks it up. Vukovic to Sainz, to Dudui, up to Hamza Begovic. He's through on goal. He shoots. It's a good save from Shaponkadonk. That's such a good name. Dudui ball in. And there is, by the way, there's been some really interesting results in the Champions League this year, in game. And yeah, we'll have to. We'll go through them after this, and we'll do the draw to see who we get in the next round. We're going to shove Dino Blazic up front because Hamza Begovic isn't having a good game either. He's on like a 6.2, which isn't very good at all. But I think a lot of the guys were complacent coming into this game. Probably should have fired them up a little bit more at half time. But oh well, we're cruising. As Salem gets the ball, Androji, Dekla. There's a run from Korsten. Good save from Vigilante. At least he is paying attention at this point. And we're going to just quickly tell them to get creative, see if that helps, see if they can, for the last 5 minutes, produce something further forward. As Vukovic brings it away, but that's the end of that highlight. And it looks like we're cruising through into the second knockout round, where we could be facing the likes of Arsenal, who are beating Benfica 3-1. And there we go, a 0-0 at home. Pretty disappointing in front of a sellout crowd, but we do get the win on aggregate, which is very, very good. And really, that's all we needed, wasn't it? So there we go. We're into the Champions League knockout round. It was a superb win, but I'll let them deal with that. We get 5 million for winning it, and the Champions League draw will be coming right up. And here we are for the quarter-final draw in the Champions League. There are some big teams left. There are some odd teams left. Arsenal, Liverpool, us, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern, Man United, Marseille and Leipzig. Which one's having a drink there? Cersei's having a drink. Nice and loud. Bayern Munich were 2-0 down to Monaco in the last leg and then won 3-0 at home. Man United beat Atletico Madrid 6-0 on aggregate. Liverpool beat Real Madrid 3-0 at home and then lost 2-0 away and just scraped through. PSG scraped through on away goals. Obviously, one of these two would be wonderful. Olympique Marseille or Leipzig. That's who we're after, but we've got to beat the best to win this competition. So, first out of the hat is Liverpool. Liverpool will be playing PSG. Okay, they are both gone. That's good. We are at home to... We are playing Bayern Munich. That's a tough draw. Marseille will be playing Man United and Arsenal will be playing Red Bull Leipzig. We get a tough draw against Bayern Munich, but I reckon we can do it. Bayern Munich, key player, Eyüp Yildiz. Looks pretty good, but he's a right back. So he's a world-class fullback. So he's pretty good. Captain, he's their captain. Vice-captain, Andrea Mertas. He looks very good. 31-year-old Italian. If we look at their squad, scoring all their goals is Ernesto Loret, I think it is. Looks pretty good. Again, slightly older, 32. Still got a lot of pace, though. Doesn't really seem to have dropped off at all, though he's 32. Back up to him, Benjamin Dawn is scoring some goals. He's, again, 32, world-class striker, though. So they've got some good outlets. Assist-wise, Taiji Majima looks very handy indeed. But again, he's older, 31. They've got quite an old team, it looks like, Bayern Munich. if we sort by age, they've got a few people that are quite young, but if you look over here, none of them seem to be making the first team. Looking at their schedule, how have they been doing? They're third in the Bundesliga this year. As we said, they lost 2-0 to Monaco and then beat them 3-0 at home. So they've got goals in them, but I don't know, maybe our younger team can run around them a bit. Have we got a younger team? Yeah, we have got a bit of a younger team. Yeah, maybe we can go with a bit of energy and a bit of pace and get in and around them. But that's when we'll be back. We'll be back for the Champions League. It's done this thing again where it only schedules one of them because it needs to find out how we do in the league, in the Cup semi-final. In fact, no it doesn't, because it says semi-final leg 1, semi-final leg 1, semi-final leg 2. So it just generally messes up. I assume it's going to change that game there to the Bayern Munich second leg. Bayern Munich in the next episode, and I really hope you'll be there to watch it with me. Is this going to be the year we win the Champions League? I don't know, I've got a good feeling. Bayern Munich's a tough draw, but I've got a good feeling. I've got a feeling that they won't be able to handle our strike force and our midfield. And yeah, that's what I feel at the moment. But that's a good episode. We've beaten Ajax. A bit of a disappointing 0-0 draw in the second leg, but thank you very much for watching, guys. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.